Well, it is a holiday week, if you haven't noticed. Easter is this coming Sunday.
Sanctum Peter Otium, Deus in reuniam, Hippitus Hoppitus Reus Domine.
We are putting up videos this week, but it's only going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Because Thursday, Friday, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Saturday, and of course Easter Sunday. But we're going to give you a lot of good content because there is a bunch of good stories that a lot of people are not really talking about right now. And we do have an Easter story out there, so do catch that. But in streaming news or on the streaming wars, and we're seeing an increase in viewership over at fast channels. At fast channels, free streaming websites, as their content continues to expand outward. You've seen companies like Tubi TV that they've made some, and Pluto actually, they've made some changes on how they look as they add more channels to them. Tubi is already planning to expand. They're preparing to expand internationally. I mean, they're already going down further south, Central America, South America, into those regions itself, which basically they are popular right now. But they're going into Europe, and all you can see is an increase in market value. Even though some people have denounced this and said, like, well, they're not really making money. Advertisers are not spending as much. But when you look into the overall and see who is watching right now, and you look at the top 10, I mean, free streaming services are in the top 10. I mean, why would that be? Because basically people are able to watch, whatever they want, when they want, and don't have to pay a cent for it. And, before I used to have people's in the comments line on the YouTube side say, well, that's not going to last long. It's not going to last. It's not going to stay free forever. So far, it's stayed free. And, companies like Paramount, who continues to fund Pluto with programming, and, they're getting customers from the Pluto TV to go to their site to watch other content. It's still beneficial for them to continue this. And, there are a lot of these sites, they're making free sites, they're making deals with certain content, whether it's anime, whether it's horror, certain TV show lines. It depends on the service, but you're seeing, each one of these services spend money on trying to get content, including sports itself. But back, we just got the numbers for February. Hey, listen, it's the end of March. Of course, you're going to get these numbers now. But it seems, according to Cord Cutter News, through the Nielsen ratings, that there was an increase on 3 of the major free streaming sites. That's Tubi, Pluto, and Roku. And we're going to read this off of Cord Cutters TV. Free streaming services are becoming even more popular as cord cutters look for cheaper options. Now, according to the Nielsen's monthly platform rankings, and I'm glad Nielsen has embraced to do streaming on this, because it's very important, because, a lot of these companies, they hide their numbers. They say, well, this show did very well. Our site is doing very well. But when you look at the numbers, according to Nielsen's, it paints a different story. Let's return to this. Tubi, Pluto TV, and the Roku channel are among the most watched streaming services in February 2024. According to the report from Nielsen's, Tubi had a 1% of all streaming traffic. The Roku channel had 1.2, and Pluto had 0.8 of all streaming traffic. Pluto was the first free ad-supported streaming service to be ranked in the top 10 by Nielsen. All 3 of the largest free ad-supporting streaming services saw viewership grow in February. One of the most noticeable jumps is Peacock moving to 1.5% of viewership, jumping Tubi, but it's very likely that it was the NFL playoff game that helped drive up subscribers, pushing up the viewership up. Overall, the top 11 most popular streaming services has remained mostly unchanged recently. Some minor changes like Hulu jumping Prime Video over the last few months. YouTube, once again, the most watched streaming service, as it once again jumped over 9% of all TV viewing in February of 2024. Increasingly, as cord cutters look to save money, they have been turning to free streaming services. This trend has helped Tubi, the Roku channel, and Pluto TV all compete with some of the largest paid streaming services on the market. Well, let's look at the numbers itself. Looking at the top 10. Obviously, at the 10th spot, we have Pluto TV, which is at 0.8%, but it's showing it up a bit from January, which was 0.7%. Paramount Plus is 1.1%, up from 0.9% in January, and I think that's mostly because of Pluto TV. Understand that, because some of the programming that they're pushing on Pluto TV is allowing customers to go straight to Paramount. Now, the next level, it's in the next position is Roku, the Roku channel, which is up 1.2%, up from 1.1%. Max has jumped over Paramount, which is it's at 1.3%, and that's still the same number as January. It's been a while since Paramount's moved up that far. Now, Peacock at the moment in the Super Bowl, yes, they were above Tubi, but basically they are down now since after the Super Bowl. So basically, Peacock is 1.4, down from 1.6 in January. Tubi is up at 1.7%, and that's up from 1.5%. Disney Plus is at 1.9%, and there's been no movement on that. Same with Prime Video at 2.8%. Hulu has moved up a bit above Prime at 2.8 from 2.7. Netflix is down a bit of a percentage point at 7.8 and down from 7.9. YouTube continues to increase, and we're not talking about YouTube TV here. We're talking about the YouTube, the website itself, where if you're watching this on YouTube, this is what we're talking about there at 9.3%, up from 8.6%. That's showing you where people are going to see their programming. They're coming to watch shows like this and many others on there. And then you have Tubi, which has a lot of great stuff on there too. Pluto, Roku. And, eventually you're probably going to see, if this continues its pace with Tubi, it could overtake Disney at one point probably this year, either by the summer or into the fall region. But understand, this is what's going on. People are cord cutting, and they're looking at the free services better than spending money on Netflix. Even though there are some things that are good on Netflix, there are some things good on Hulu. I mean, Hulu just got Sandland, which is the Akira Toriyama series on there. They also have Shogun, which is excellent per se on there. I've gone through a bunch of episodes on that. I do recommend to watch that. So far, I've gone over 5 episodes, and it's been excellent. By the time you see this, I'll probably be on my 6th episode of it. The pageantry and everything, the costume design, the look, the feel, everything looks really, really good with this series. The acting is very good. Prime Video with their, certain shows like Reacher, for example, which happens to be very popular on there, going into a 3rd season, even though the season 2 ended kind of a little bit, but still it's driving customers to Prime. Disney Plus, with the announcement, and we have the video this week with Macross coming over to Disney. Is that going to help change things? Not when you have stuff like The Acolyte and many other shows that are coming there that just literally are not what the consumer wants to watch. Obviously, Tubi doing very well for itself. A lot of great programming. They've added Sid and Marty Krofft just recently to their lineup. They've added a lot of great classic movies. And then their Tubi-owned movies have been doing also very well itself. Peacock itself, it depends on what you're watching on Peacock. It's going down. Next year they are going to lose the WWE. So you're going to lose a lot of viewership at that point. Max is still holding on out there. They do have some good programming. They do have, of course, they have the DC stuff. They just recently had that Nickelodeon documentary, which was interesting on there. There's a lot to say to that, but, everybody on YouTube is talking about that these days. Roku channel still has a lot of good stuff on there as well. Paramount Plus, obviously, they have their issues. Is Sherry Redstone going to be selling out? Is there, Paramount going to end up under another banner? We don't know. Same thing for Pluto, but Pluto is still maintaining itself at the 10th spot on there. And they still have really good stuff. I mean, they have a Crunchyroll channel, a live streaming Crunchyroll channel, like 2 or 3 other free streaming sites, fast sites that have it as well. But I mean, hey, listen, you can watch Crunchyroll 24 hours a day without paying for Crunchyroll on there. They have a good selection. I mean, it's not like a rotation like Anime All Day, which repeats a lot of stuff. They go through a good rotation, Crunchyroll, as far as fast goes. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts about this. Do you think Tubi's going to overtake Disney and maybe head across above Prime Video and end up all the way to the top to compete with YouTube? Is it possible? Or what about Pluto? Will it move from the bottom? It's been at the bottom for at the 10th position for quite some time. It's about time they move up, and possibly they could overtake their own parent company, Paramount, because they're that close. Is it possible? So let me know. Don't forget to like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. Remember, have yourself a happy holiday and a blessed holiday. It's Easter weekend coming up. Enjoy yourselves. Take a moment to be with your family. If you happen to be a Catholic out there, take it in a little church. This is the weekend on a little church. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. And once again, have a happy Easter. Bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are 2 ways, listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop, where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.